So if you make $17 bajillion and you do qualify, you've got a couple of options. The first would be
Why would someone want to recast?
Well, I mean, the biggest benefit, I'm working with a client right now who has a couple of dogs and a couple of children, and they're in a small house and they're moving into a big house, right?
All right, Kristen, if I want to buy a house, but I don't want to have to sell my house first, what are my options?
Well, you've got a few options, right? And it all starts with talking to a lender to see if you can qualify to purchase the new home without selling your current home.
Okay, so first you have to qualify.
Yes.
Okay, so then, all right, I make $17 bajillion, so I qualify. So now what do I get to do?
So if you make $17 bajillion and you do qualify, you've got a couple of options. The first would be the traditional home equity line, right?
Okay.
Where you pull out the equity and get that cash liquid that you have locked up in your home's equity, and you can take that out to purchase, the next home, or at least cover a portion of it.
Okay.
Right?
All right. So
Second
you're leveraging
option.
your original house to buy the second house. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I've been here since 1963, and I bought this house for $6 in a donut, and now today it's worth like $2 million. Right? I don't have any debt. I'm just going to take a HELOC out, home equity line of credit, and use that as a credit line to buy the next place. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's right.
Okay.
And then when you move on to sell your current house, your $2 million house, you pay off the home equity line and you're done.
Got it. So I use the credit line to buy the new one. I sell this one. I satisfy this debt.
Correct.
Okay. So that's number one, home equity line of credit. What other options?
Option number two would be a bridge loan.
Okay.
And a lender can help you through the process of this, but it's essentially a bridge for you to use some of that equity to purchase the next home, similar to a home equity line.
Okay, got it. So I'm able to just take this mortgage on the new house, and then it's going to cover both? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
And I make enough money that I can essentially afford both for a small period of time, right? And the lender's willing to take that risk, because we know in today's market, the house will eventually sell if you price it right.
Correct.
Right? So they're willing to take that risk. You're going to pay for it, right? You'll pay a premium for it. But it does give you that bridge to get to the next place.
Exactly.
Okay, that's number two. You can see our video on bridge loans. What's number three?
Number three would be a recast.
A recast? What's a recast?
A recast would mean that you buy house number two in the traditional way, and then after you sell house number one, you can take, the equity that you had there and get it applied over to your loan for usually a low flat fee, and the lender will recast your loan, which means that they'll adjust the payment based upon the big down payment that you just added on to the principal balance.
Yeah, so they're basically re-amortizing it. Like
Yes.
a recast is like a new amortization chart. Amortization chart is like any debt schedule has an amortization chart. It's what am I going to pay every month to X date till it's paid off, right? And so what she's saying is if you have enough money to just buy it outright and you have enough debt to income ratio, and see our video on debt to income ratio, you have enough debt to income ratio that you can afford paying for both places, right? And then you sell this one, take all the equity or a portion of it, put it into house number two, and then you recast, aka re-amortize your loan.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
Why would someone want to recast?
Well, I mean, the biggest benefit, I'm working with a client right now who has a couple of dogs and a couple of children, and they're in a small house and they're moving into a big house, right? And they would rather clean that house out, get it empty, not have the stress of dealing with hiding the dog bowls and taking care of the kids during showings. So since they have the ability to qualify for the purchase, they're going to go ahead and purchase, and they'll sell their current house while it's empty. They'll have no stress, and then they'll just recast their loan and apply the proceeds to their principal balance.
Yeah, these are conservative people that don't want that high payment,
Yeah.
right? So they want to just take it. We don't want to put it in the market. We don't want to put it on red. We want to put it into our new house. Red's a gambling thing, but we want to put it into our new house and then just have a lower payment every month, so we feel better at the end of the month about what our liabilities are, essentially.
100%.
Is that fair? Okay,
Yep.
Perfect. Well, that's awesome. That's an awesome option. Kristen reminded me about recasting this morning. I go, that'd be a great video. So here we are. So if you have any other questions and you want to be matched up with an expert like Kristen, go ahead and reach out. We'd love to chat with you more about it. Thank you.